All right, everyone, welcome back to another week of Overwatch here at the XP League Madison. I am Cody. I'm going to be your streamer for today, your caster. I'm looking forward to a really awesome game coming from the Madison Marvels playing against the Hanover Horde, the silver teams. We're going to be playing the assault maps today. We're going to be starting off at a Temple of Anubis, and then we're going to be moving on to Volskaya Industries, and then eventually Paris. Looking for a really tough one. The Marvels have had a pretty good win streak lately, but the Hanover Horde have proven in past seasons to be a tough team to beat. And so we will see if the Marvels are able to pull out a victory, or maybe they will get a little too eager, a little too in their heads, thinking that they're going to win and get stomped. We'll see. We'll see. Let's go to the quick game here and make sure that we're all ready to go as the team is ready to set up. Just remind you really quick who our players are. We got XPL Madison 1 is Hexy 1X. We got Ripper at 2. We got Lunar Eclipse at 3. Tiny Beast 12 is 4. Ghost as 5. And Dominate as themselves. Looking forward to an awesome game. Without further ado, let's do further and push right into the game. Let me fix the overlay there. They are on the right side of your game here. The silver team. Apologies there. The Marvels on the right side today, playing the red team, which means that the Marvels are going to be, I believe, defending first. Yes, as we push in, we're looking at the the Marvels are going to be attacking first. Apologies. I never get that right. But we can see XPL Madison on the right side. We have Hexy 1X as Zarya on your tank. We've got Ripper as your Hanzo on the damage. We've got Lunar Eclipse on the Mercy. We've got Tiny Beast as Zenyatta, and we've got Ghost as the fabled Genji, blocking already. The Bastion fires, shooting a lot of damage back at the shield, almost getting the Genji here, or almost getting the Bastion. This is going to be a big pick, but unfortunately it goes down. The Horde picks 2 off. This Bastion is holding up the high ground. The Marvels are going to be looking to try and push around the side where we see Hexy 1X pushing in. But unfortunately, with no team, it might be pretty difficult to push in alone. And so it elects to retreat. See, the Bastion does go down somehow to Ghost. But with a res off going off, we'll see another pick coming off onto the Lucio, and with Ghost going against the Mercy, that's going to be trouble for them. And the Bastion does not notice the Genji, and with 2 picks off from Ghost, 3 picks off from Ghost, it looks like the Marvels are going to take the point possibly as they swarm it and eliminate the last player on the point. Amazing fight coming out from them. We're going to watch here. There's Dominate and Lunar Eclipse push up, try to make a little bit of space, try to deny the Hanover Horde to push up any further. Let's watch as the team pushes up with Hexy 1X. Dominate coming in with a 3-person ultimate. Getting many players off with the ult. Let's see if the Marvels can capitalize on that. And as they push in, we see Dominate and Ghost are on the point defending away as the Hanover Horde are just not able to come back. And the Marvels quickly take the first round. As you heard from the announcer there, we are now switching sides. The Marvels are still in your red team. But with that, we'll see what they can do on defense now. As we saw over on that the Horde used this big platform here, this high ground advantage to defend away the attacking team. Hopefully we'll see the same coming out from the Marvels, as this is it is not called the high ground advantage for nothing. It is a very good advantage. I don't know if I mentioned in the past, but if you just think about it here, being able to see more head is a very big advantage for damage dealers, as headshots are always critical hits, and that's going to mean more damage coming out to the team, as well as a little bit more information gathering, as you can see a lot more. We see Dominate holding the high ground, but looks like no team is with them. They're just kind of making a little poking situation up here, getting a little bit more advantage, but they do elect to back up as the team comes up. Very good strategy coming out from the Marvels team. We see a May coming out from the Hanover Horde to try and give a little bit more defense here, a little bit more CC with those freezing. As we see a little sneaky Junkrat coming in, doing a lot of damage on the backline, as Dominate pushes in to try to counteract that. He wants to kill this Junkrat because that is going to cause a lot of trouble. Loses him a little bit as he jumps around. Trouble is afoot for Dominate. And he goes down to a trap. We'll see Lunar Eclipse might get caught out here. Does not. A Junkrat Riptire comes out from Ghost, hitting 2. Getting a Risa and a Mercy. That's going to be a pretty big turn for the Marvels. And another pick off on the Junkrat that's been giving so much trouble to the Marvels team. We see May is on point, kind of stalling the point here. This could be an issue, as the Horde are now currently trying to push up a little bit more here. They Dominate, and Hexy1X pushing forward onto this D.Va, getting the pick off, and electing to push in, getting another pick. See if the team can capitalize on this as they go in aggressively. And they manage to win the fight here, pushing back the Horde of players. Very fitting. See, they take up this this high ground advantage again, as it is very advantageous. A Riptire comes out from this Hanover Horde team. See if they can counteract that. See if it's going to get anything. Comes down, hits 2, hits Ripper and Tiny Beast. That's 2 in the favor for the Horde, but Lunar Eclipse comes down and gets that res off, kind of defeating the Riptire. Shield comes out. Riptire comes out on from Ghost, finds 3. And with a 3-player swing in the Marvels' favor, that fight's gonna go back to the Marvels. We see a very good team composition coming out, where the Marvels are able to fire shots from range really well. We see Hexy1X kind of pushing up, being really aggressive, making sure to get that charge for that Zarya. A Dragon comes out from Ripper, hitting 3. This is a massive swing. And now with that swing in the favor, gets another here. The Marvels are looking to play a little bit more aggressive and wipe out the team for the cleanup. And it looks like they do. Big play coming out from the Marvels. And a pretty aggressive Graviton Surge coming out from Hexy1X, just to kind of deny the team, as there's only 30 seconds left for the Hanover Horde to push up into the objective. The Marvel's going to take all that they can and try to make sure that they maintain their aggression, making sure that the Horde does not get past them in this last 15 seconds of the match, of the round, excuse me. See Hexy 1X pushing in, trying to do a lot of damage. Dominate pushing back. A Riptire coming out from Ghost and a Earth Shatter to boot. That's going to mean that as you saw there, with the Earth Shatter to stun them, no, they can't react to that Riptire, and the Marvels take the first match. You see another famous Riptire coming out from Ghost, always finding at least 2, it seems. His average on those Riptires has been pretty darn high, and it just goes to show how powerful this Riptire is if it goes unchecked. And with that, we're going to go to a super duper quick break as we make sure that we are set up for the next one. We'll be right back as the Marvels are up a point to the Hanover Horde. The Horde is going to be looking to get an extra win here so that they can make it to the 3rd round. We'll be right back with this exciting next match in a little while. Stick around. All right, welcome back to the Madison Marvels versus the Hanover Horde Silver team. Looking forward to the second round of this matchup. We're going to be moving maps and switching sides just a little bit here. As the Marvels, we're going to be switching maps to Volskaya Industries. We'll see what the Marvels are, what the team is going to be up to here as we switch maps. So the Marvels are going to be defending first. We've seen that they were already doing pretty darn well as the defense. We'll see if the Horde are able to still come out of it, able to push through the Marvel's defense that has proven to be very aggressive and very effective. We'll see what they can do. Let's just get right into it as we push up for the Marvels versus the Horde. So we're looking out over to our first objective here with this big robotic thing. Players are going to be looking to push through this little archway as the first spawn point is just beyond this building. They're probably going to come right around this building and push in through this tunnel and try to push all the way over to this point here, guarded by this giant robot. Once they attack and capture that objective, we will then go over to this point as you see that the Marvels are coming out of, guarded by another giant robot. We see the Marvels electing to take a pretty aggressive start here as we push in. We see Dominate and Hexy1X playing pretty up ahead, but with the mobility that their characters allow them, they're able to move in and out and survive these fights. As the Horde pushes in from the left, Marvels are able to push them back a lot. Don't see a lot of committal here coming from. Oh, and we see Ripper getting caught out, possibly from the D.Va, but with the tanks there to protect him, he's able to survive and get healed away. Dominate gets a kill off onto the D.Va on the Hanover Horde team. This Pharah could be a problem for the Marvels as Ghost goes down to the Pharah. That is just very difficult to. That Junkrat is hard. It's hard for Junkrat to deal with as the lobbing projectiles get through pretty decently. Get a little bit more wide angle shot as we see the Pharah coming into the backline, hitting our Ana, getting 2 picks off. Unfortunately, it seems like Hexy1X is distracted with some other things as the Horde do push up with this advantage as the res comes out onto the Pharah, allowing for a little bit more damage coming out. The Marvels are nowhere to be seen, split up a little bit by this aggression, and it looks like the Marvels are coming back from respawn. Let's see if they can make something happen here as they push in. We see Lunar Eclipse here trying to get some healing in onto the team, unable to get much out. Sleep Dart comes out to try to counteract some stuff, but does not come out. Dominate coming out with a big ult, getting 1 and damaging a lot, denying a res out for the Hanover Horde team. But they are still kind of hiding into this little building, and Dominate comes in to deny that position, and Hexy1X is making that space, making sure that they do not come back from respawn. We see that the Hanover Horde did capture the first checkpoint of the first map. And with that, they're going to we can see also a little triangle on the circle. As I say that, we see a Junkrat Riptire coming out from Ghost, trying to get some fakes in, gets 2 and a D.Va mech. And the D.Va quickly goes down also to Ghost with the help of Hexy and Ripper. See them pushing up, trying to take advantage of these players being down. We see, unfortunately though, we see Pharah coming in, doing a lot of damage from the sky. And Ripper just not able to see where that's coming from and dies to it. Only a minute left. The Marvels are coming out. We see a Riptire coming out from the Horde. We'll see what they can do about it. And with Ghost able to get the concussive mine out, is able to destroy it. We see a lot going on here, folks, as the players are going crazy. The Hanover Horde are pushing up. An ult again comes out from Dominate, denying this, retreats the cover for the D.Va bomb, clears away all of the mines, but still manages to get the kill off onto the D.Va. We see Afar going back to point, but is it going to be enough? She gets an ult off as she rains justice from above. An Ana boost comes out. And a Lucio is causing a lot of trouble onto the point. They just need to get that Lucio out, and we're in overtime as the team comes out. A dragon comes out somewhere that I did not see from the Marvels team. Dominate coming in. The team is up. It is 4v5v2 as the Horde slowly goes down to the Marvels, and they clear the point, and the Marvels put up a pretty darn good fight for the first round. We'll see if the Hanover Horde are able to make that same really tough defense.
Initiating match.
We're setting up for the next match here as they push in. As we get into it. Again, we are going to see the objectives here, and we'll be able to see that the Marvels are only need to get, once we unlock these checkpoints, the points, the Marvels, we'll see that the Marvels have to push up and capture the circle, capture the objective to a certain percentage. And that is to be the same, just a little bit more percentage than what the Horde were able to capture. As it is with all the competitive game modes, all it takes is for one team to do slightly better than the other team in the same or shorter amount of time. And that is what is going to determine our victor. And so depending on how aggressive the Marvels will play here, this might be a really short one for you. And we'll watch as Hexy 1X pushes in with that D.Va, using those boosters to push in, trying to get on that Junkrat, gets a pick really quickly off onto the Junkrat. This is going to be pretty tough as their damage is down, but a Bastion is there to counteract a little bit here. But Dominate is pushing in, trying to cause a little bit of trouble here. Gets a pick off, but seems to be alone. Gets the Orisa pick, but is rezzed off. Is a tough situation for Dominate, as shots are going to come out through that shield. And with one more pick, that's it for them. And we'll see Dominate is fighting, but as I'm watching Dominate fight, it looks like the rest of the team with Tiny Beast and Lunar Eclipse and Ripper are able to capture the point. And with the Dominate distracting the Horde, the Marvels are able to capture the objective. And what you saw there was incorrect. It was the Marvels that did just win. Again, we see these infamous, or famous maybe, Riptires coming out from Ghost, hitting 2, and really it was 3 there, as it did get the D.Va mech, which is a big deal. And with that in mind, the Marvels are your victors for this round, for this best of 3 matchup. We'll see if we can go to a friendly match, as we do have plenty of time. And we'll be right back as we try to set up for a possible friendly match. Again, the Madison Marvels did take the victory against the Hanover Horde Silver teams. It was a very tough battle that the Marvels put up for the Horde. And the Horde just were not able to make sense of it and were not able to push past the really tough defense and very aggressive offense that the Marvels put up. And due to that, the Marvels did take the victory. We'll be right back with some more game in a couple minutes as we set up for that. Stick around. Alrighty, everyone, we are getting ready for the next match. This is going to be a friendly match coming from the Madison Marvels playing against the Hanover Horde. We've switched maps over to Paris. We'll see what the Horde can do in this friendly match. We're always looking to improve ourselves as we get into the next match.
Welcome to Paris. Initiating match.
So I want to preface this map here with this map is not usually a competitive map, as this map has proven to be very difficult for even the professional level players. We have this high ground advantage here that the defending team has, this cover against this bench,
Ready
and
for battle.
not much cover for the attacking team. And because of that, it just proves to be very difficult for any team to really attack through. We see we can come through here and take that high ground, or possibly go down here, risking this high ground shots, or coming through the cafe to push through, and again risking all these high ground shots. And because of that, the professional players have decided, the professional Overwatch leagues decided that these maps are just too difficult to play against. And with that in mind, we might see a pretty tough game coming out from the Marvels versus the Horde here. We're going to notice that we did switch sides as well, as we usually do. Marvels taking this high ground to counteract a little bit of this, of these shots here. We see, actually we do see a little bit of change up for the different teams. We have Hexy 1X as your support, and we have Lunar Eclipse as your damage. Just not something we see quite a bit, which is good, because we want to get these players practicing some stuff that they might not be a little bit familiar with, and see what they can do with that. See a battle coming out, and we see a little bit of help coming out, and the Marvels were able to win that duel against the McCree, and with that they are able to push in. So actually, let's just really quick look at our team composition, because it's a little different than what we're used to here. We have Hexy 1X on that Mercy. We have Ripper on Diva. We have Lunar Eclipse on Ashe. And we have Tiny Beast as Reinhardt. We have Ghost as Moira. And Dominate as McCree. So it seems like everyone is playing roles that they're not usually familiar with, which is pretty neat, if I do say so myself. Watch Ripper pushing in, trying to... You see a Reinhardt pushing in onto the Diva, but with no team there, is not gonna die pretty quickly. We see Dominate pushing in, getting a couple kills off on that. See if he can get that Riptire, and he does before the Riptire is able to go off and get through that shield. A big play coming out from Dominate, and he gets another kill onto the Horde Junkrat just to kind of top it all off with the cherry on top. Very good play coming out from Dominate, getting a bunch of kills off with McCree, someone that he doesn't usually play.
Initiating match.
And with that really quick offense coming from the Marvels, it just shows that the Marvels have really good mechanical skill coming out. And because of that, it's just kind of a little bit too much for the Hanover Horde to deal with. And even though we do see a little bit of coordination loss from the Marvels, I think that they make up for it with mechanical skill, and we see that they end up winning games because of it. Goes to show what practice does for you. Looks like we are going to be down a player, but as this is a friendly, we're just going to keep going to see if...
Consider only victory.
they can do something about it. Looks like we're getting back into it. The Ripper was down a little bit here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I guess we will quick pause the match and set up really quick to make sure that we can invite more players. Okay, we're good. Alrighty. Just wanted to make sure that everyone was good. And we're going to go right back into the match so that we can be full team.
Just point me in the right direction.
Watch Lunar Eclipse here shooting, getting the dynamite off, getting the fire onto the enemy team, doing a lot of damage. Using the shield as cover. But with the Reaper coming up, it's going to be pretty tough to fight against a short-range character like Reaper. As the Horde are making their name known as they push through, getting a lot of picks off onto the Marvels, but equally so, the Marvels are getting picks onto the Horde. And it looks like it's anyone's fight here as the Horde tries to push in, but might not be the best idea here as they push into the whole team. The team is able to kill them off. And with the death trigger off on the Junkrat, they're unable to really make much happen here. As we see the Horde do push up to the objective, the Marvels are kind of playing a little defensively here as they push in. We see Dominate is dueling a little bit from a lot of teams, but with Mercy pushing onto the point and the Horde on the point gets a huge rock off of Accretion and defends off away from the Riptire. And the Marvels come back pretty strong here. And the res gets canceled off by Dominate. Amazing play. But we see a Reaper trying to get that flank, trying to get a lot of damage in. But Dominate is, or not Dominate. Oh, this is not Dominate. This is Ghost playing Sigma. Something that I'm not used to. Calling shots. This is usually Dominate, but this is Ghost. Getting in a lot of picks, getting a lot of duels in there. While Dominate is playing McCree here, getting a lot of picks. And we see Dominate hold, not Dominate. It's Ghost. This is Ghost. We're watching Ghost. You see, I'm pretty thrown off a little bit as everyone's playing heroes that they're not really usually playing, but still doing pretty darn good for what it's worth. We see Hanover Horde Winston pushing up. You see Lunar Eclipse trying to get some damage in on that, but the monkey is hiding. Monkey's hiding. We had the Diva coming in trying to get some picks. Unfortunately, it looks like Ghost is just kind of sees the monkey now, is deciding to make something happen as Hexy does the ult to try to counteract any fighting that might happen, but it's waited out. The Horde are looking to take this point. An ult comes out, unfortunately misses from Ghost, and the Horde are capturing the objective here, and they managed to capture the first objective from the Horde. We're gonna watch here as Ripper tries to get in some damage, but unfortunately isn't able to get out in time and dies quickly to it. We'll see what the teams can do. We see Ghost switching out to the Wrecking Ball, able to do a lot more damage as Wrecking Ball, be a lot more mobile as well. As he pushes in and possibly gets the pick off onto the Horde's Junkrat. Looking to kill the Mercy next. And with the Mercy just kind of hide, trying to defend. The team is just not there to do anything about it. But in the main fight, we see the Winston pushing in, trying to get a lot of damage. Gets counteracted by the huge Diva Bomb coming off on Ripper. And with a stun off onto the Zenyatta from Dominate, and a duel coming out onto the Sigma. Dominate comes out victorious in those duels, pushing the last few players off of the point. You see them pushing back, trying to get away. We see Lunar Eclipse does have Bob ready. We'll see what that's going to be used. A Riptide comes out from the Horde and manages to find Tiny Beast, I believe. No, sorry. Yes, Tiny Beast. Unfortunately, the Mercy on the end. Oh, Dragon Blade comes out trying to get this. Let's see if they can get the Dominate. But Dominate with a stun grenade is able to counteract it very swiftly. Amazing play coming out from Dominate.
Your contributions to the furtherance of science are to be commended.
Alrighty. Going back and forth here. We'll see what can be done. The Marvels did capture two points here. And with Ghost kind of just spinning around the point, able to really defend and deny any aggression from the Horde. Spinning around. And elects to push in. Has an ult. We'll see what can be done with it as he spins around. An ult comes out from Dominate. Gets a stun off onto the Wrecking Ball. It's 30 seconds left in the game. We'll see what the Horde can do in these last 30 seconds. They need to capture this objective.
30 seconds remaining.
Ooh, a headshot coming off from Dominate on the Tracer. Just not enough as the recall comes out. We're watching this duel. We see, as we miss here, Bob comes out, gets a lot of damage out onto the Horde team. The Lunar Eclipse trying to find some picks. 10 seconds left. Uses the Coach Gun to back off, getting those kills off. We'll see what they can do about it. And with the overtime coming out, they're looking to touch. And the Coach Gun pushes off the Pharah, denying the touch, and the Marvels take the round. Even in the end, the Marvels did end up playing victorious. We see Dominate with a play of the game off on McCree, something you don't normally see from this team. As they come in and get one off and two off onto the Wrecking Ball, allowing the Marvels to push in for the end, and they take the round. Again, that was a friendly match coming out from the Marvels. The Horde put up a very good fight. GG's all around. But with that, we're going to close up our matches today. I want to let you know that we do have a lot planned, a lot in store for you coming out. If you're interested in more Overwatch, we will be doing a lot more for that. We are going to be doing a Madison Youth Esports Championship tryouts for Overwatch and Fortnite. That's going to be on April 25th from 2 o'clock to 5 p.m. if you're in the Madison area. The tournament for that Youth Esports Championship is going to be on May 16th. And this is going to help us determine the all-star teams going into the regional tournaments coming out at June 12th and 13th. And then the winners of the regionals will go to nationals in August 7th and 8th. If you're looking for more Overwatch games, we're going to be having some more later today. The schedule up next, we have Fortnite Gold playing their BR just up next on the XPL Madison channel. Then after that, we'll have the Fortnite Silver teams playing their BR at what looks to be 4 o'clock. Then we have the Rocket League and Overwatch Marvel's Gold at 5 o'clock. And at 6 o'clock, we have the Eagles Silver team playing at 6 o'clock. We've got a lot planned out for you. We're looking forward to a really fun day of XPL Madison games. Look forward to seeing anyone that is interested in that awesome tournament that we are going to be putting together. It's going to be a good time all around. We'll see you later today for more games. Have a good day.